Real life feels boring when cheap dopamine has been setting the volume. You remove the noise, and it doesn't feel powerful. It feels quiet, annoying, empty. 6:40 a.m. Your alarm goes off. You reach for your phone. Thumb hovers over the same 3 apps. You remember, you deleted them. Now it's just weather, email, calendar. Your chest feels a light pressure. Your brain does a quick scan for stimulation. Nothing hits. So you just lie there, not rested, not motivated, just irritated that the one thing that woke you up fast is gone. Later at work, there's a 5-minute gap. You used to burn it on shorts, reels, or swiping. Now you stare at your desktop. You open a tab, close it. You try to read one paragraph of something useful. Your eyes slide off the words. You check the time again. The 5 minutes feel like 30. This is the moment most people decide, I'm just not built for this. My brain needs more. And they quietly go back. I'm Matt. This is the behavior log. We're not talking about motivation. We're talking about a nervous system that's been calibrated to the wrong volume. Let's make this precise. Cheap dopamine is anything that gives you a large, fast, low-effort spike. Endless feeds, fast porn, short-form everything, constant notifications, junk food engineered to hit hard, fast. Your brain is not judging the morality of these. It's tracking one thing. How much effort did I spend for this reward? When that equation breaks, your life starts to feel broken. Here's the visible pattern when you cut cheap dopamine for 30 days. Days 1 through 7. Days 1 to 7. Noise withdrawal. You don't feel clear. You feel flat. You move slower. Tasks feel heavier than they should. You sit down to work, and your brain keeps checking the exits. Where's the easy hit? Where's the scroll? Where's the snack? Sleep gets weird. You're tired but can't drop in. Because for months or years, your brain has learned bedtime equals final scroll. You took the cue away, but the craving pathway is still wired. Most people interpret this flatness as failure. It's day 4. I feel worse, so this isn't working. What's actually happening is this. Your brain is benchmarking reality against an artificially loud baseline. Imagine your reward system as an audio mixer. Cheap dopamine has been pushing everything to max. Your brain responds by turning the master dial down to protect itself. That's tolerance. Now you cut the noise. The dial is still low. Normal life comes in quiet. Emails, walking, reading, training, cooking. They all sound like background hum. Nothing cuts through. So the first week doesn't feel empty because nothing is happening. It feels empty because your brain is still using yesterday's volume settings to judge today. Days 8 through 14. Days 8 to 14. Friction and bargaining. You start thinking, maybe I can bring back just one thing. Maybe I was overreacting. This is the rewiring phase. Your brain is probing. Are we really done with the easy stuff? If you cave here, you teach your system a brutal rule. Discomfort means we go back. That rule will sit under every future attempt. Around this time, you'll notice something else. Your focus window is short. You can work for 10 minutes, maybe 15. Then your mind searches for a hit. Nothing is wrong with you. You're just finding out what your actual, untrained attention span is without chemical and algorithmic crutches. Days 15 through 22. Days 15 to 22. Signal returns. This is where small things start to land again. You finish a boring task and feel a tiny, clean satisfaction. You do a 25-minute deep work block and notice a quiet, "That was decent." The hit is smaller than what TikTok gave you, but it's coming from real effort. Biologically, your dopamine system is starting to reset its baseline. Receptors are becoming more sensitive again. The brain is recalibrating. Okay, the cheap spikes are gone. We have to start rewarding normal effort, or this organism will stop moving. This is the turning point most people never reach because they misread the first half as proof of low motivation instead of what it actually is: a protected rewiring window. Days 23 through 30. Days 23 to 30. New baseline. You look around and notice your environment differently. Clutter bothers you more, so you clear it. Sleep deepens. You wake up slightly earlier without the same dread. Work blocks stretch from 15 minutes to 40 without a panic refresh. You're not euphoric. You're functional. Real life is no longer competing with a casino in your pocket. Now, the fix. Not motivational slogans. Architecture. A 30-day cheap dopamine reset needs 3 things. First, a clear removal list, not less scrolling. Rules like no short-form video, no feed-based browsing outside 2 20-minute windows, no device in bed. You write them down so your brain can't negotiate against fog. Second, replacement circuits. If you just remove, you create a void. Your nervous system hates voids, so you pair every removal with a medium-effort alternative. Walk instead of scroll. Long-form article instead of 20 clips. Strength training instead of stimulation snacking at night. The replacement does not need to feel amazing. It just needs to be repeated in the same time slot, so your brain learns, this is what we do here now. Third, a sequence for the first 30 days. Because the phases are not random. The first 7 days you protect sleep and environment. Days 8 through 14, you protect your rules from bargaining. Days 15 through 22, you extend focus blocks. Days 23 through 30, you lock in a sustainable baseline. Without a structure, you will keep diagnosing the rewiring phase as a personality flaw. With a structure, you can say, I feel flat. That means I'm exactly where I should be on the curve. Everything I've laid out here is the system. The protocol is how you run it, step by step for 30 days. Link in the description. That's it. See you in the next one.